Yeah, it's Big Lamar, not the little one. Welcome to the channel. Usher Sugarfoot Raymond just did an interview and he talks about how he feels about P. Diddy. All I can say is, what the helly? Check this out.
I don't have anything negative to say about Sean Combs because my experience was not what the world has seen.
Usher is getting candid about his views on Sean Diddy Combs. During an interview with Forbes' The Enterprise Zone, he used the word legacy to describe the hip-hop mogul. The singer went on to reflect on his own career path as host Jabari Young asked him about avoiding the kind of negativity that's been associated with Combs today.
I knew better. Maybe it was those valuable lessons in integrity in Tennessee, and furthermore, I knew what the hell I wanted. I didn't want to go to New York for the experience. I wanted a career, right? I could have gotten to a lot of stuff, but I chose a different road. I had a plan. I had a focus, right? I wanted to get it done, and you avoided a lot of the negativity that we obviously know shows up in his story today. Young kids, how do you talk to them about avoiding that negative like you did because you had your path?
I mean, this might be a bit controversial, but in the same way, I think many people choose to look past the reality of what our country is, the standards that we now stand on. We can't ignore the reality of the history, but in many ways, I think certain people are prosecuted and maybe not recognized for the greatness, that they offer. I don't have anything negative to say about Sean Combs because my experience was not what the world has seen.
If you ask me, he doesn't have anything negative to say about P. Diddler is because they were in love at one point in time. But that's just my opinion. Don't hold me to that. That's just what I think. Let's see what he's talking about.
And how he's been, misrepresented. I'm not saying that every man is perfect. I'm not saying that all of us don't have flaws, but I can't, with any sense of humanity, not recognize the valuable contributions that this man made.
As the Yes singer continued, he explained his perspective on the entrepreneur's influence.
For us as black entrepreneurs, for us as businessmen, for us as people who transition, culture and ideas into something that's tangible and becomes business, so many people benefited from what he created. And I acknowledge that. And that.
Yeah, there's been some people that benefited from things that Puffy did, but there's also people that are traumatized from what Puffy did. Let's talk about that, Usher. Cut the Sugarfoot talk out and let's get down to business and keep it 100.
That's why I see him as legacy.
Usher went on to call Combs a mentor, comparing him to a hard teacher. He also discussed why he, quote, puts respect on his name, as he explained what he learned from him doing business.
Yeah, he was mentoring him all right, especially that morning when he was mentoring him over that bowl of frosting flakes and busted that boy's back and sent him to the ER. Let's talk about that.
Puff was a mentor, but he was like you had that really, really hard teacher, but you're watching something in real time. I think that the idea of the level of discipline that came with that time in business, especially in an era that was trying to prove itself culturally in hip hop. Now, you can't turn on the television and not see the influence of hip hop.
That's right.
But the people who actually made that appropriate and are the forefathers are people like Sean Combs. And not just in the great times that they had musically, but in the idea of being able to find ways to monetize culture and create something that was not just black or white. It was colorless. It was green. That's who I see that man as.
So basically, Usher's gonna get up here in this interview and just defend P. Diddy, just like somebody's girlfriend would do. That's exactly what Usher's doing. Defending P. Diddy like he's P. Diddy's girl. Still.
And that's what I choose to remember. I put respect on his name because I realized that, what I learned as a businessman before I even understood what business was, came as a result of seeing the incredible things that he was able to do and the way that he positioned himself as a businessman. There are trials and tribulations that come with the pressures of success and power. But what we choose to do with it is what I hope that you see with me and hopefully all the people that I'm involved with, right? Big Sean Wilson, the Boys and Girls Club, they're doing things that I think are positive with the power and access that they have.
In October 2025, Combs was sentenced to 50 months in federal prison after he was found guilty that July of 2 counts of transportation for prostitution while being acquitted of other charges. He had pleaded not guilty to all counts.
Y'all know what I see? I see this man defending P. Diddy because of some things that may come to light that he did when P. Diddy gets out of jail. I think it's safe to say that P. Diddy has Usher on some videos. Usher Sugarfoot Raymond is not innocent. This man just sat here and just spoke highly of P. Diddy and act like all the stuff that went on that he has been locked up for never happened. And on top of that, he's going to act like he didn't know about any of that and never seen any of that. I mean, we all seen P. Diddy playing soccer with Cassie laid out in that hallway using her like a soccer ball. And I'm sure Usher seen a lot of things up close and personal with his own eyes. Man, if Usher don't get the hell out of here with all this fronting and faking, man, it's a damn shame. Usher Sugarfoot Raymond is out of pocket and he's not keeping it real. This man needs to come out and speak the truth about what he knows about Diddy if he's going to speak on anything about Diddy. We don't want to hear about, oh, he did this good and he did this good thing. Because we all know that a lot of that stuff was a front. That shit was a front for what he was really doing behind the scenes. And Usher, sorry to say, Sugarfoot Raymond, he got his back busted by Diddy as well. Let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. It's Big Lamar, not the little one. Like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel. I'm gone.